My name is Catalina Dahlia Gonzalez, and I'm the 2015 recipient of the Leah and Edward Frankel Scholarship Award. In 2012, when I was 15, I started the nonprofit organization Deferred Action for Dreamers, also known as DAD, with the mission to help undocumented youth in our community apply for deferred action for childhood arrivals with free professional help. To give a bit of a background, Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals is a program created by the Department of Homeland Security that allows eligible applicants to apply for 2 years of deferral of deportation and 2 years of work authorization. DAD's role is helping undocumented youth through the sometimes confusing application process by organizing information sessions and law clinics that connect them to volunteer attorneys. DAD has also created a mini grant that covers the $465 application fee for those applicants who are unable to pay either due to financial need or because of disability. DAD has helped over 2,000 DACA applicants, and we have raised over $22,500 for our mini grant. I started this project because of my deep connection to my culture and family history. My grandparents, who were Cuban exiles, picked the United States because of their fervent belief in the American dream. And because of their decision, today I can call myself an American citizen, and I will never take that for granted. I wanted to give back in a way that would strengthen my community, while also bringing awareness towards a cause that I am passionate about. Undocumented youth are in the shadows of our community. Since they were brought when they were children by their parents, these dreamers have lived most of their lives in the U.S., go to school in the U.S., and in most cases identify as American. But their voices are muffled by politics and prejudice. DACA allows them to obtain a license and work legally in the U.S. It allows them the opportunity to continue their education and go forth in college. But most importantly, it instills a hope in each applicant, telling them that they too can achieve the American dream. My work serves merely as a foundation for my long-term vision to form and influence policymaking that will lead to a greater level of equality and justice in our society. I plan on continuing my work with DAD and being a leader in the movement for immigration reform in the next chapter of my life.
My name is Kiran Sridhar, and I'm honored to be selected as the 2015 ING Scholarship winner. I was inspired to start a nonprofit, Waste No Food, after volunteering at Glide Memorial Church in San Francisco. Glide serves San Francisco's hungry and homeless population 3 times a day, 7 days a week. It's impossible not to be touched when every mealtime you see a line stretching around the block, when you see children just like me, who have similar aspirations to me, who, through extraordinary circumstances, are forced to ask for food. When you don't know where your next meal is coming from, you can't focus on school, on bettering your family, your community, or society. Finding your next meal is an all-consuming task. And when millions of children around the country are faced with hunger, it's a real loss of human capital and a real loss of social equalization. I learned that shockingly in America, 40% of all food is wasted. That's equivalent to a Rose Bowl worth of food every single day. And the reason why so much food is wasted is because of logistical challenges. There's no efficient way to connect restaurants, hotels, corporate cafeterias, and other institutions to charities serving the hungry. Waste No Food seeks to solve this problem. We are an eBay for the donation of excess food, a web and mobile-based tool where food donors can efficiently post food in under a minute, and charities in their area can claim and receive the food. So far, we've served 130,000 meals, and we're incredibly grateful to have received this support from the Anne Frank Foundation, and we hope that this can be a springboard as we continue to expand Waste No Food. Thank you very much.
My name is Sydney Marcus, and I'm the 2015 recipient of the Outstanding Student Award. When entering high school, you're often exposed to opinions and views of many others. As a 3-season varsity athlete and dancer, the opinions that I was often exposed to were intolerant and sometimes prejudiced. People used indignant and hateful words to express these opinions. Phrases like, "That's so gay," and "That's retarded." I refused to let that continue. My junior year, I teamed up with an organization named Athlete Ally, whose mission it is to educate and empower the next generation of athletes to fight against homophobia and transphobia in sports. When I brought this work to my school, I brought in the message to include all kinds of prejudice and discrimination, including racism and religious intolerance. I've held meetings of the club that included a representative from every sports team at my school, and I even had the founder of Athlete Ally, Hudson Taylor, come to speak to the entire school at assembly. At the very beginning of assembly, every member of the Athlete Ally organization at my school stood up and told the school why they were an ally. Next year in college, I will continue my work with this organization by creating Northwestern's first chapter of Athlete Ally. As I will be participating in many club sports on campus next year, I will continue working to ensure that the words and phrases I heard my first days at my high school gym will not be part of my collegiate athletic experience. When I think about all of my female role models, Anne Frank is definitely at the top of the list. Not because she stayed positive when faced with a terrible fate, but because she believed in herself so much and trusted that she could make anything happen. She was simply a young girl with big dreams that were crushed because of gross intolerance. I refuse to let prejudice and discrimination run rampant in our society and crush the dreams of small children who don't fit a particular mold. Thank you for letting me share my work with you.
My name is Chang, and I'm from Bloomington, Indiana, and this year I am honored to receive the Spirit of Anne Frank Outstanding Student Award. I've admired Anne Frank's capacity to rouse empathy, love all, and never lose hope from the first time I read her diary in elementary school. Anne Frank has inspired me to love everyone and to help all who need it. So when I heard about the endangered women of the Imprint Project, I knew I had to do something. Based in Cambodia's capital, Phnom Penh, the Imprint Project works with women and girls rescued from the dark world of sex slavery. With permission from the women's families, they undergo an 18-month intensive program with a social worker that focuses on spiritual formation, general education, life skills training, and vocational seamstress training. After graduating from the project, the women are offered jobs as seamstresses in a comfortable environment with fair pay and flexible hours. Through this job, women sew bags and clothing while forming forever friendships with women in similar situations. When these goods are sold, all profits go directly back to the women of the Imprint Project to help start their new lives as independent, self-sufficient women. I became a regional representative of the Imprint Project in 2013. As a regional representative, I established a chapter of the Imprint Project at my high school, establishing the first high school chapter in the nation and only the third nationwide. As a formal chapter, we hosted trunk shows selling the goods that the women of the Imprint Project made. In our first 2 years, we raised over $4,000 for these women. I also started a pen pal system, allowing students from my high school to form friendships with the women of the Imprint Project and to share with them words of hope and encouragement. Receiving this award is a great honor, and the scholarship will be valuable in allowing me to continue my studies toward a career in helping others. Like Anne, I wish to inspire hope in others for the rest of my life, because, like Anne said, where there's hope, there's life.
Hi, my name is Sherry Rosenberg, a professor at Cardozo Law School and the faculty director of the Cardozo Law Institute in Holocaust and Human Rights. I'm thrilled to be the 2015 recipient of the Spirit of Anne Frank Award for Outstanding Educator. Thank you so much for this honor. There's no question that in the Institute we take the human and human rights seriously. You know, while you're looking at these sort of mass atrocities, it's very easy to just get overwhelmed. There's such big problems. So it's very, very important, you know, to always remember to come back to the individual. Not only do we engage in scholarly and policy research, but the Institute also works with government officials all over the world on these issues to concretely develop these plans. And then, of course, we engage in quite a bit of advocacy with our students. I've had the experience myself, and it is pretty good when you're standing there with your client in the asylum office waiting for a decision. The woman behind the desk hands your client a letter and says, welcome to the United States. And you get the chills because it's really a special moment. And I think for myself too, still, and certainly for the students who really feel and know that they've just changed this person's life forever in a major way.